Okay, should be back. Yeah, that sounds a little better. Yeah, because I can start to hear it myself too, like I'd hear like a pop. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Now, I can't compete with GBM. That man's beard is way too powerful. Oh yeah, by all means, like I said, thank you for letting me know. I mean, it wasn't like a, how dare you tell me the audio's screwing up. It's like, no, want to go through and get that fixed. So that's all good. And if it's still a problem, let me know. I just basically just dropped the stream, brought it back up. But if it's a bigger problem, like if it happens again, I'll switch up to a different server. But it doesn't look like I'm dropping frames, but just the audio got screwed up somehow. That's where I need to exit. Oh yeah, well, the Game Genie will be responsible for soft locks. That is without question. Will he let me fly out of here again? Free! How nice. Alright, so let's go get some coins. Yesterday, I was downloading Dante's Inferno, which is an action game. I don't know how they managed to do that one, but yeah, so I was downloading it for the Xbox 360 because Microsoft was having a sale on, like, games that are backwards compatible. So I picked it up for like $4.50. I've played it before. It's like a God of War clone. It's not a bad game. But like I said, how they got it to be like this action game based upon what it is beyond me. It's basically characters' names are the same, but everything else is just completely different. But it's not a bad game. Like, if you have an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One, like I said, you can pick it up on sale for $4.50. It's worth a try, at least. So I was downloading that the other day, and I forgot how slow Microsoft servers are for downloading games. It's only a 5.5 gigabyte game, and it probably took about 3.5, almost 4 hours to download. I actually paused it, double-checked the connection because I had it on Wi-Fi, double-checked my router settings, did a speed test through the Wi-Fi itself. It was working just fine. It was just Microsoft's end. The only one I remember having it even worse than that was Sony, the PlayStation 3. Oh man. If you have to download a game from there, it's going to take a while. It's not going to be a fast process. Alright, I think 8 is more than enough. Yeah, Nintendo was not too bad. I was kind of surprised. In that, like, when I re-downloaded Bayonetta 2 a couple weeks ago, it went through pretty quickly. It doesn't matter if I save here, because it doesn't save any of that stuff. I already have the levels saved, so that's the important part. Toxic Tower, here we go. Oh, the best game design ever. So, King Relic, have you ever played 10-2? Or 10-2? So I played it long ago. Yeah, it's like, I remember being kind of weird a little bit. It just seemed like characters were... Yeah, this is why I love their vertical levels in this game. Bad game design. But I remember being different, like, it had to do something like a triangle system for, like, battle, like, for switching out. It's been a while, like, I played it when it was new. But it just threw me off because it seemed like they just changed the characters around so much, because you had 10... and it's a serious situation. They're trying to stop this cycle of rebirth and people needlessly dying. And then Yuna's a pop idol for some reason now. It's like, what? It was just like the weirdest thing to create a sequel of. They could have like called it like a spin-off or something like that. It just didn't seem like the best game to do that with. It was just an odd choice. Yeah, but it's like, okay, she's a pop star now. What? It's like they didn't even exist in their world, and all of a sudden, it's like it's... You know, she's a pop idol, and... she's wearing the booty shorts. God, I hate this game. Yeah, he vanishes at the end because he's supposed to be like a dream entity. It's been 20 years since I last beat it. About 20, whenever it came out was when I had beat it. Yeah, because they stopped dreaming. It's just really weird, bizarre ending. I would have just accepted like any type of time travel or something, like just like some kind of weird rift opened up. Just had it be that. Instead they're like, nope, we're gonna do something completely different. Why is the game allowing me to jump on everybody? That last B just stops you from doing it. Yeah, Arn time traveled. He went from future to the past and then back to the future again, but of course he was also, spoilers, dead the entire time. So it's kind of weird, like, narratively, when you stop to figure it out. It's a good game. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. But, like, some of the stuff is just, like, it's really kind of weird when you stop to think about it. Well, yeah, but like, anybody may have been lurking, which is too late. Bad for you. Okay, so... that's a possibility, so... And back when I had, like, roommates, one of my roommates had never played Final Fantasy X before. So I was like, here you go! So I have it on PlayStation 2. And dead. God. See, this is the problem with this game, is you have vertical levels where normally if there wasn't this acid here, you'd have to just climb your way back up. Some vertical levels, you will actually land all the way down at the beginning when you're almost at the end. But this one is like, as soon as you miss a jump, you're dead. You cannot recover from it. Yeah, 7 has a lot of places like in people's heart, and I can understand that. I don't think 7 is the best game, as I've said before. But I am excited for the remaster. I think it's going to be neat. I will definitely be buying it. But it just seems like overly hyped. And it didn't give me the super jump. 7's story is not too bad. People think that, like, Cloud is emo, and the reason why is because they've seen, like, the versions of Cloud after Final Fantasy VII, like Advent Children, really changed it up to, like, well, we're gonna make him mopey emo man. And he wasn't like that in 7, so he would start off a real jerk at the beginning of the game. Tina's like, or Tifa is like, hey, remember our promise? Stop being an idiot. And And that's when he starts to kind of change, and then you realize that, you know, he's kind of mentally screwed up a lot due to the events that happened to him before the game starts. Yeah, a little bit, but he's not like he is now. I mean, like, even the new trailers, instead of him being kind of, like, aloof and standoffish, like, kind of full of himself, he still seems like he's... Well, the first teaser, I should say, for the remake was still kind of like the Advent Children emo. Yeah. And that's why people say, like, Cloud's all emo. It's like, no, not really. I would say Squall from 8 is definitely along that lines. Clueless is crazy, but just... I mean, it seems like Final Fantasy games for a while were just like, okay, we're just gonna have people with severe mental problems and can't cope with, like, any type of social situations. There are main characters now. It's like, why? Oh yeah, definitely. It's like, Squall, I love you. Oh, whatever, man. It's just, I don't get it. It's just dumb. It's like, Squall... I like Final Fantasy VIII, but Squall is not the best character. Yeah, I mean, like, when you play through the game, you understand why Cloud was screwed up. You know, like, his problems, why they were the way they were. But, like, with Squall, he's just a jerk. It's like there's no other way around it. I don't get this game, man. I really don't. You can hop off of people all day long, and then all of a sudden the jump you need to make, it's like, nope. It's like gravity changes. Well, he got screwed up like that, and then he also had, like, was it Lifestream poisoning or Mako poisoning? And he basically, like, he was so mentally confused, he pretty much adopted Zack's life, which is kind of weird, because Aerith was Zack's girlfriend. And the reason why she's, like, attracted to Cloud is because you're having all of Zack's mannerisms, because you pretty much took his personality. So... yeah, there's a lot of, like, mental issues going on with Cloud in 7. Which will be interesting to see how the remake tackles. Speaking of the remake, there was, like, all these different, like, rumors coming out. Like, it's gonna be... like, there's a quote-unquote leak. Like, oh, it's gonna be, like, 2 parts instead of 3. And all these things are gonna happen. And it's like, it's a total lie again. Now, the only thing that might be happening is that they might have a demo. It's been rumored to have a demo for PlayStation Plus subscription holders after E3, but we'll have to see. I'm not holding my breath for it. Yes, and along that lines of thinking, I posted this back into the Discord a while ago, but yeah, it's like Aerith's death in Final Fantasy VII brings up that exact same thing. It's like, wait a minute, Phoenix Downs exist. Immortality exists by that way. Nobody should ever die in that game unless, like, you're unable to revive somebody. Like, if your whole party gets wiped out, but even then, like, what stops somebody from reviving your rotting corpse? Phoenix down! Hey, it let me up there that time. Once again, this is nonsense. It's like you hold jump, you launch off of people like that. It's how it works. And this game is just deciding, at least on this part here, like, okay, we're not going to allow you to have this work that way. We're going to just eat all your, you know, we're just going to change gravity or whatever, change the rules. Hey, let me up there again, I'm surprised. After killing me for so long. A lot of people like 4, and I honestly don't remember most of the game, except for a whale on the moon. And it ate the jump again. It's just giving me a small bounce off him. And knowing this game, who knows how long it's going to be till you finally hit a checkpoint. Pardon me. But King Relic, was that just from a bad translation, which 4 had a really, really bad one? Or was it also called that in the Japanese version? You know, talking about RPGs and all this stuff, I was thinking, like, I've talked about, like, why I don't really want to stream RPGs on my Twitch channel. I was thinking, like, if I were to stream one, I would say it'd probably be Mario RPG. That would be, like, my one exception I'd probably do. Well, that time it liked to give me the bounces at least. Let's see something real quick. But the only problem I have with, like, streaming an RPG, other than, like, it's not really that interactive, it's a lot of reading and stuff, and then, like, mostly the reading would be the big thing. Like, would I just go through at my normal pace and just read it as it is, or would I have to read it out loud, which could screw up my voice. I do suffer from chronic laryngitis. And I can already feel my throat's getting a little tight right now. And I think Super Mario RPG is one of those games that's also getting expensive too. Hey, let me up for once. Game's like, yeah, we're tired of seeing you struggle on this part with us screwing up the jumps. Except for there, which hosed me. Thanks, game. Alright. 3 more tries, and I'm wrapping it up for tonight. I wonder... Crap. I'm thinking, okay, what if this keeps rising up and I just abuse the heck out of this to get up to the top? Unfortunately, it doesn't do it until I get in the barrel. And then the switch trick does not work anymore. So like, hey, maybe I found an exploit via cheat device, but no. And fell right through it. I checked the replay. It's like on my the Twitch preview window. It's like, yep, fell right through the floor there. Yeah. It's because I am actually using a real Super Nintendo with a RetroTink 2X, which basically doubles up the 240p signal to 480p. So this actually looks better than it should. I also have HD Retrovision cables as well, and that helps out too, but I mean, it's not as big as with the Sega Genesis. I mean, those cables make it look amazing. But yeah, it's like, a lot of people aren't really used to seeing the games in their normal resolution. They're used to playing emulators, which will basically, you know, you can upsource and do all sorts of crazy things past what it was supposed to be, so... yeah, it's not too surprising. This is where I'm going to stop for now. Enough of this nonsense. And your download's done anyway, so that's good. So, I think I'm near the very end of the game. I might just say screw it and just, you know, forget it, because this is just getting too annoying with this game, its level design. I'll have to take a look at a playthrough and see how close I am to actually beating the game, if it's worth it or not, or just say screw it, move on to 3. So I'll figure that out. Pardon me. But I'm going to be ending the stream for now. I might be back. Probably will be. Tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I stream. So, you know, if you don't know when that is, just go ahead and, you know, just go through, type that into Google, and I'll let you know when it is. Yep, no time to ask Wurzel. Oh well. There's always next time. You can ask too then. So, of course, shoutouts to Nimix and King Relic, and T. Wallace showed up as well. Let's see who else. Jay and Fico, they also showed up too in chat. And, of course, anybody also lurking, also cool too. Thanks for dropping in. So, you can also check me out on Twitter at Orsil555. If you're not following right now and feel like coming back, I always post up my status on there 2-3 hours in advance of what I'll be streaming, or if I need to cancel. So, next stream usually seems to be like alternating back and forth between Bayonetta speedruns and this. I might switch it up. I might do a Dante's Inferno, just play with that game instead. So, or maybe some Ninja Gaiden. I'll figure it out. Eventually, one of these days, I want to do Gravity Rush, which I was surprised to learn that my copy is now worth over $100, which is crazy because I bought it for $20. Go figure. But yeah, Either it's going to be either Bayonetta Bayonetta 2 speedrun tomorrow, or I'll be playing Dante's Inferno, so we'll see. But thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all next time.